Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to yet another super cool session from your channel, BioPoint Stream the World of Bio for Neet 2021 batch. This is our lecture number 2 on the chapter Microbes in Human Welfare, which is a 12th standard topic. Okay, coming under the unit Health and Diseases. So, this is the third chapter of that particular unit, Microbes in Human Welfare, and here we are discussing about many different useful aspects of the microorganism. So in today's class we'll be discussing about two main topic. What are the two main topic that we'll be discussing in today's class? We'll be discussing about the sewage treatment and the biogas production. The sewage treatment is a very important topic, very important, 100% direct MCQ question you are going to get. Okay, so this is the lecture number 2, and I am coming live in front of you with a super cool chapter of microbes in human welfare. Those who haven't yet subscribed our wonderful YouTube channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our wonderful channel of BioPoint Neet. Yes, guys, don't forget to hit the like button right now. Right? So don't forget to hit the like. So coming back again with this amazing chapter, Microbes in Human Welfare is the chapter that we are going to discuss the continuation. Yes, this is an amazing Telegram group at BioPoint New where we conduct regular quizzes, polls, discussion, updates on our classes, questions, and OMR sheet examination, which is exclusively for our YouTube channel only. Yes, OMR sheet examination, you will have 50 questions, 60 questions, or different biology based ranking questions will be done. You are free to ask your doubts in our Telegram group. So, those who haven't yet not joined your Telegram, go to Telegram, then you can join at this particular group at BioPoint New. Yes, in the last class also I just showed you this particular table. Right, I showed you that this chapter can be mainly divided into 6 topics: household product, industrial product, sewage treatment, biogas production, biocontrol agents, and biofertilizer. So in today's class or today's lecture number 2, we will be discussing about these two topics: microbes in sewage treatment and microbes in biogas production. So in lecture number 1, I hope you all have seen this. Household products and industrial products we have already discussed. So in this class we will be discussing about sewage treatment and biogas production. Then the lecture number 3, which will be our last lecture of this chapter, that is we will be discussing about biocontrol agents and biofertilizer. It will be just 20-minute session because it is very easy, a small topic. So this chapter directly you can get +4 marks if you read or purely rely upon your NCRT only. No question extra is going to come from this particular thing. And today's topic, starting with today's topic, that is microbes in sewage treatment. Yes, let's begin with the chapter. Microbes in sewage treatment is a topic we are discussing. Sewage, what do you mean by sewage? Sewage is a municipal wastewater. That is, sewage consists of all the amount of waste that contains organic matter. It contains certain amount of microbes. The household wastewater or the municipal wastewater, you will call it as what? You will call it as sewage. Very important. Sewage is treated in STPs. It is sewage treatment plants to make it less polluting, and it contains two different stages. That is, first one you have a primary treatment, then you have a secondary treatment. Primary treatment can also be called as the physical treatment of wastewater. Primary treatment can also be termed as the physical treatment of wastewater, and the secondary treatment can also be termed as, yes, biological treatment of wastewater. So you will have a physical treatment of wastewater, which is the primary treatment, and the physical is the primary, then biological it is the secondary. So these are the two stages which are involved in the sewage treatment. First, we are going to discuss about the primary treatment of sewage water. It is also known as the physical method. It is also known as the physical method. It involves, yes, it involves a physical removal of particle, direct statement from your NCRT, very important. So primary treatment, it involves a physical removal of particle, that is removal of the floating debris by sequential filtration. By filtration, you will have what? Removal of this hard sediments you can remove. Then you can obtain pure water, right? Pure water instead of having pollutants over there. Then in the primary treatment, you can also remove certain grit particles, that is soil and the small pebbles, by the process called sedimentation. So the settled solids, the solids which are settled will form the primary sludge, and the supernatant, that is a liquid that flows out, will form the primary effluent. So this is the primary effluent, and the particles which settle down forms the primary sludge. Clear, everyone? So primary treatment, physical method of removal of particle, involves the removal of floating debris and the sequential filtration, then the removal of grit, soil and small pebbles by sedimentation process also. So the settled solid substance, you can call it as the primary sludge, whereas the supernatant or the water that collects can be called it as the primary effluent. That is all about the primary, guys. Primary treatment means, or physical treatment of wastewater means, with the help of a naked eye, those particles which are visible with our naked eye we can remove. Even though that water undergoes a physical treatment, there are still certain things, or certain substances like dissolved nutrients, dissolved poisons, all these things, toxic materials which cannot be seen with our naked eye. So to remove those also from the wastewater, we are making them undergo the secondary treatment. That is why they are called biological treatment. Okay. So the primary effluent, what is primary effluent? The wastewater, the water collected after sedimentation, or the supernatant that flows out of the primary treatment tank or the sedimentation tank, you will call it as a primary effluent. So this primary effluent is passed on. Look, the primary effluent is passed on to the aeration tank, and they are constantly agitated. So they are constantly agitated. This allows the vigorous growth of useful aerobic bacteria. Why? Because they are under the presence of air, and they will turn into flock. What do you mean by flock? Like this. This is actually flock. What is it? Mesh-like masses of bacteria and fungal filaments, you will call it as a flock. Very important. This statement, bacteria associated with fungal filaments to form mesh-like structure, you will call it as the flock. These microbes consume a large amount of organic matter present in the effluent, and this reduces the BOD, or the biological oxygen demand. What do you mean by BOD? Give me hearts on the chat box. Yes? Are you all getting the points? Yes. So these microbes, it consume the organic matter in the effluent. This reduces the BOD, or the biological oxygen demand of the effluent. Clear, everyone? So what do you mean by BOD? BOD means biological oxygen demand. It is simply referred to as the amount of oxygen which is consumed by the bacteria to oxidize or to taken down or break down the whole organic matter present in that 1 liter of water. That you will call it as the biological oxygen demand. Simply we can say that amount of oxygen that the bacteria requires to break down the complex substances in 1 liter of water. Actually, this biological oxygen demand is actually a measure of the organic matter present in this water. So by measuring the BOD level, we will be able to know how much more organic matter is left out over there. So this is an important statement. The greater the BOD, more is the polluting potential. More BOD is there means what? More amount of bacteria are present over there. More amount of bacteria present means what? The organic matter present over there will be very high. Organic matter very high, then BOD level very high, hence the water will definitely be a polluted water. Guys, the flock is very important. Mass of bacteria and fungi in a mesh-like structure. Then the effluent is passed on to a settling tank. The effluent from the aeration tank is passed on to the settling tank where the bacterial flocks are undergoing sedimentation. This sediment is called the activated sludge. So it contains small amount of microbes also, right? So the small part, in the last class I told you inoculum, about this term inoculum. We add curd to fresh milk to make it convert into curd, right? We add a small amount of portion of curd, that is, it contains millions of bacteria, millions of microbes that helps act as an inoculum. So inoculum is taken, that is what do you mean by inoculum? A small part of the activated sludge. What do you mean by then activated sludge? The sediment. What is the sediment over there? The bacterial flock. Okay. The remaining sludge is pumped to the large tank. So this is a sludge digester, which is the anaerobic sludge digester. Anaerobic sludge digester, and here no aerobic, here we have anaerobic bacteria digest the flock. Bacteria and fungi commonly or together you can call it as the flock of mass by producing certain gases like methane, hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide. Methane is used in the production of what? Biogas, right? These gases mainly form the biogas. The effluent is released into the natural water bodies like rivers and streams. So after all these processes, they are getting purified, right? So the effluent is released into the natural water bodies like the rivers and the streams after filtration or after purification. So take a screenshot for this. I don't have anything to explain over here in this slide. This would really be helpful for a Neet 2021 aspirant who is dedicatedly preparing for the exam. Guys, sometimes they may ask you an order, which is going to come first, which is going to come next. So this can really help you. So the primary effluent is passed on to the aeration tank. In the aeration tank, we'll have certain flock of activated sludge, that is a flock of bacterial fungal mass. It is undergone constant agitation, and this aerobic bacteria flock consume in organic matter and the BOD level reduces. Then the anaerobic sludge digester, the anaerobic bacteria digest the sludge and finally leading to the production of certain gases including methane, which is the marsh gas. Marsh gas or methane, which is actually a hydrocarbon, right? So the effluent to the settling tank is passed on to the natural water bodies also. So that is all about the sewage treatment at a glance. Guys, this is a diagram. This is actually the diagram. This is a picture of a sewage treatment plants, and this is the pre-treatment done over there. Clear, everyone? Next, the Ministry of Education and the Forest has initiated the Ganga Action Plan and the Yamuna Action Plan to save them from water pollution. Guys, during the earlier days, you know what? In the earlier days, you could see that being the human beings just considered this Ganga and Yamuna at least as the holy rivers. Say they would not get or they would not have the courage to pollute those rivers with any kind of pollutants. But now everything has become so common that even the small, in spite of getting the small water bodies getting polluted, the large water bodies like Ganga, Yamuna, all these things are also getting tremendously polluted by these years. So it is very important that we have to make sure that these holy rivers should not only holy rivers, no kind of water body which act as a sustainable developmental thing should not get polluted, because our future generation will never have to face. We have to make sure that our future generation will never have to face any kind of a water scarcity. Clear? Next topic is the microbes in the production of biogas. Microbes in the production of biogas. Biogas, which is obtained from the cow dung. Which kind of bacteria is added upon this. That is the bacteria known as methanogens are acting. Methanogens are acting. Comment me on the chat box. Methanogens belong to which class of kingdom, Monira? Methanogens belongs to which class of kingdom, Monira? You have to tell me on the chat box. Clear? This is to make sure that how many of you watched the pre-recorded video of this particular class. Okay, this is my homework. So you have to comment me on the chat box, not on the chat box, in the public comment section regarding the class of methanogens. You have to tell me whether it belongs to archaebacteria, eubacteria, chemosynthetic bacteria, or it comes under the class of mycoplasma. That is your homework. Neet 2021 students especially should give me the answer over here, especially Nila, Calvin, Roshita, Dima. I think these are the people who belongs to 2021 batch. If there are any others, you have to also comment me. Yes. Biogas is a mixture of gases, mainly methane, produced by the microbes such as methanogens. Methanogens grow anaerobically on cellulosic material and produce methane along with carbon dioxide and hydrogen. For example, you have the methanobacterium. Methanobacterium is found in the anaerobic sludge, that is we studied in the treatment, then in the rumen of the cattle, which is meant for cellulose digestion. The biogas can be used as a material source of energy, that is cooking and lighting also we can use it. The cattle dung, which is referred to as gobar in the northern states, contains these bacteria. So the dung is used to produce biogas or the gobar gas. Next, we are going to study about the parts of biogas plant. Guys, 1 second, let me check how many slides are left out. Only 2 more. So parts of a biogas plant, the first part is a concrete tank. Concrete tank is actually 10 to 15 meters. Guys, this is the concrete tank. Okay, this is the concrete tank. So the concrete tank is 10 to 15 meter deep, collect bio waste and slurry of the dung. Okay, they collect the dung, the remnants of the dung, cow dung especially. Then you have the collect the bio waste, vegetable peels or older decayed items or whatever you can add to this biogas. And then above that you will have a floating cover. This is the floating cover. Okay, a floating cover is placed over the slurry which keeps on rising as the biogas is produced. As the biogas gets accumulated over here, this will rise up, keeps on rising up. Second part is the outlet. What is the function of the outlet? To supply the biogas to the necessary areas. You have another outlet, 2 set of outlet, one outlet to supply the biogas, another outlet for what? Another outlet to remove the spent slurry, which is to be used as actually fertilizer. You can use it as actually fertilizers also. The Indian Agricultural Research Institute, that is IARI, and the Khadi and Village Industries Commission, KVIC, Khadi Commission, and the Indian Agricultural Research Institute developed technologies of biogas production in India. These two full forms, abbreviations are very important. Even if you doesn't by heart those, you have to study the abbreviation. Direct MCQ question for your NEET exam. So that is all about today's class. In the next class, we'll be studying about microbes as biocontrol agents and along with biofertilizers also, which will just 15 to 20 minutes session, after which we skip on to the chapter strategies in the enhancement of food production, where we have to discuss about animal breeding and plant breeding. And last topic, very important, single cell protein. So thank you guys. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe our wonderful YouTube channel of BioPoint Stream, the world of bio. See you.